Dogs feel guilty when they look ashamed. Is that true?
Okay, so that's a human perception. When a dog does a bad behavior, what do? We get angry. The dog will react to our behavior and they will try to appease. Calm down. Please don't hurt me. Perception, we look at their body language and we see that they look ashamed, that they look like they are guilty. They are not. They are just actually afraid. Trying with their body language to tell us, please calm down. Please, I'm not afraid. That's just how we see it, but it's not actually what's happening in their head.
Yeah. Hi everybody, welcome back to Beam Paws. My name is An. I'll be your host for today. Today we have Joe, resident dog training expert here. So today's one's a fun one, which is trying to understand pretty much the unmet needs of dogs and of pets, but I guess specifically dogs. You know, kind of like the traps, the misconceptions behind it, why it happens, like what are the unmet needs? How can we actually, as guardians of pets, can be better, partners or guardians of dogs? Yeah, so welcome back, Joe. Great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again. I'm Joe, and I've been working as a dog trainer for a few years now. I've been doing dog walking, dog sitting in the past, especially in Paris. Mm-hmm. And I'm also mostly a dog parent coach, meaning I don't only take care of helping the dog to behave differently or better, but I help the dog parents, the guardians, the handlers to understand their dogs and to help their dog to behave differently and to learn new behaviors, more appropriate behavior.
Cool. So how about this? I think we have some fun things, a fun next thing we could do, which is actually there's some common dog behaviors that I'm going to go through with you. And maybe you can say whether it's a myth or whether it's something relatively true. I think they're mostly, I think there might be some misconceptions around it. Okay. But let me go through these and then maybe you can comment on them from what your experience has been with dogs.
Sounds good.
Topic number 1. Okay. Playing tug makes dogs aggressive.
Okay, it's joining our growling thing.
Yes.
No. I mean, if you teach tug to your dog in a way that they can control their impulses, then it's actually a great game. It builds confidence and it builds more impulse control. So basically, when I play tug with a dog, I teach them get it the moment they can grab the toy, and I teach them drop it the moment they have to let go of the toy. If your dog is able to do that, they're not becoming more aggressive, but they are more in control of their emotions. They know when to start and when to stop. So it's actually a great game. Don't pass on that game. Learn how to play with the rules. Teach your dog the rules. You'll be fine.
I see.
If you don't know, just call me.
Just got Joe. Got it. Topic number 2. Dogs misbehave because they want to be alpha, quote unquote.
Oh, the alpha. If we live in 1990, yeah, sure. If we live today, 2025, no, not at all. This is so outdated. If you still meet trainers who talk about being the boss and your dog trying to take your place and being the alpha, change trainer. Because your dog is not seeking to be the boss. Your dog will take more decisions if you let them take more decisions. And then it's fine to give choices to a dog and to let them make decisions. But your dog lives in a human society with a lot of human rules. So you should be the one leading the way, showing them, guiding them through that society with rules. For your safety, for their safety, for the safety of others. So again, guide your dog through behaviors that are appropriate to be fine in our society. Your dog is not trying to be the boss. Your dog will be much happier if they can be followers. They can sleep better because they don't have to make the tough decisions, right? So if you feel that your dog is being dominant, your dog is being bossy, look at what are the decisions that you let your dog make. Mealtime? Do they eat whenever they want? Or do you have specific meal times? Do they jump on the couch whenever they want? Or do you invite them on the couch? Do they go say hi to whoever they want? Or do you give permission? So, teach your dog the rules. Teach them to look up to you, to ask you what's next. Can I go? Can I do? And you can say yes, and within that yes, within that permission, they can have choices.
I see. So on that topic, the next one is actually, you must punish bad behavior immediately.
Ouch. You never need to hurt your dog.
Okay.
So you don't have to lay a hand on your dog.
Sure.
You don't have to inflict pain to your dog to be listened to. On the contrary, if you do so, you're going to have a relationship that is based on fear. If you have a behavior and you want to punish it, think first, what can my dog do instead of that behavior? So don't punish it, redirect it. If your dog is...
Can you give an example on that?
So if your dog is, let's say, biting the furniture. Okay. Instead of beating your dog up for biting that furniture, that piece of furniture.
Let's not do that.
You're going to call your dog. Come here. Here, it's a toy. There you go. You redirect it. You made him stop bite the furniture, and you gave him something else to do that is not biting the furniture.
I see.
So you don't have to punish bad behavior in general. You don't need to hurt your dog. You don't even need to punish immediately because it's unnecessary. You can redirect when you see bad behaviors, and you can manage. Let's say your dog often do the same bad behavior. Maybe you can place your dog in a playpen when you cannot supervise. And you can train your dog to do an alternative behavior, a more appropriate behavior. Stop punishing. Look at what else your dog could do.
Instead of punishing,
that.
redirecting.
Guide your dog, train your dog to do other behaviors that are more appropriate for you.
Okay. So like not even, it's interesting. So you're almost like reframing it as instead of a punishment. I think it's just like changing the behavior in a different way.
Exactly.
So the next question is, dogs feel guilty when they look ashamed. Is that true?
Okay, so that's a human perception. Again, try to think more dog than human. So when a dog does a bad behavior, what do? We get angry. Why are you doing this? We shout at the dog, or we are like, right? So the dog will react to our behavior, and they will try to appease. They'll try to say, calm down, please don't hurt me. So the behavior that you see that makes the dog look ashamed or guilty, that is just a reflection of what did you do, your behavior. It's a reflection of their emotion towards your behavior. So they are fearful, they are uncomfortable with you being angry. And for us as a human, perception, we look at their body language and we see that they look ashamed, that they look like they are guilty. But they are not. They are just actually afraid. They are just afraid of us. They are just trying with their body language to tell us, please calm down. Please, I'm not a threat.
I see.
That's just how we see it, but it's not actually what's happening in their head.
Yeah. It's more fear than shame. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Next topic or myth, right? Older dogs can't learn new tricks.
Oh, that's not true. Please, if you have an older dog, keep them doing stuff, new things. It's good for them. The brain adapts at any age. Sure, it might be a little slower. It might be just a little slower to create the connections. But they are still clever and they still want to do new things. It's good for them. So teach them new tricks. No problem. They can learn.
You've done that.
I mean, one of the first dog I trained when I was not even a dog trainer, and it was friends. Was the dog of friends of my parents. Older dog. She was like 12 years old. I was 13, 14. So I taught her to jump into like a hula hoop. told her to walk by my side. She was more of a countryside dog. Like, she would ask for her owners to open the door for her, and she would go on her round around the neighborhood and come back when she was done. So she never really walked with someone. But I enjoyed to go out on walks with her, and I told her to stay by my side for a few minutes and then up. So no problem. She's older, but if she enjoys it and I enjoy it, if I make it fun, no problem. They can learn.
Interesting. Actually, on that topic, I'm curious actually, and this is a little bit different, but on that topic of like learning new tricks, what is like the maybe psychology or reasoning that dogs do tricks? Is it purely out of I want food from this human, or is it like I enjoy making them happy because they're my partner? Like what is like, and of course I guess it depends on the trainer, right, and how they're being trained. But like, what have you seen? Like, is there a core reasoning for why they do these tricks for us, right?
I mean, you have to see it like play.
Like play.
Bonding. Yeah. When you play with your dog and you just throw a ball, the dog is happy to get the ball because it's a ball and they value the ball. Like, it's a happy thing. It's positive emotion.
Yeah.
But then they bond with us because they bring back the ball to us and they want us to be throwing the ball again. Yeah. So whether you use treats or toys or praising, if you make it fun, if you make it like a play, if you do it often, that it becomes also a reflex and a routine, then the dogs is just totally into it. Some dogs will do it more because they really want the treat. But if it's within the same context of happiness and playfulness, they'll do it whether or not you have treats. And when I do training, it's often what I tell the pet parents is start with a lot of treats, but use your treats well. Use your treats as reward, not as bribe. That's a big difference. If you have your treat and you say, come on, here, I have a treat, 100% the dog is only doing the behavior because they see the treat and then want to get the treat. But if you teach your dog that when you do a behavior, you get something, whether it's a treat or a toy or something else, or access to environment or access to people, then they'll do it no matter what. You repeat, it becomes a reflex. And if it's happy and if it feels good, there's no reason they don't do it, even if you don't have the treat here in front of them.
So the order of operations matters a lot here. Like, you don't want to like flash it as a bribe. More like you've done this thing and let's keep it going.
There is a learning process, but it also has to be enjoyable.
I see.
Your relationship matters in there.
Is there ever a case where negative reinforcement is appropriate? Is there a negative association that sometimes, as a trainer, that you think is appropriate or needed for certain dogs or certain situations?
What you're talking about is like punishing a dog,
like punishment,
right? It's like, technically, it's not negative reinforcement. It's positive punishment.
Okay, that's
I know in the terms, because positive means adding,
yes,
and punishment means to reduce a behavior, right? Something that will reduce a behavior. Reinforcement is something that will increase a behavior. So when you add punishment, when you punish your dog for something, the behavior will decrease. Yes. So your dog is barking, you slap your dog in order to reduce the barking. So is it necessary sometimes? No. You don't need to add something negative. You don't need to add something uncomfortable for the dog in order to make them reduce their behavior. You can focus on reinforcing the other behaviors they can do instead of that behavior.
Like if they're barking really loudly, do something else with them.
Exactly.
So that they're not, I see. So don't hit them because they're barking. Give them something else to do.
Make them do something else than barking.
I see.
I don't know, teach them to go to their beds and wait there peacefully, calmly. There are so many other things you can do than just punishing your dog. That's the easy thing to do. It's effective. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It's effective. A lot of trainers use that. So it works, and it usually works almost instantly. This is why people like to do it, because it's easy. But it doesn't make the dog feel better. Why was the dog barking? Again, we go back to why. Or what is the problem? Maybe they're barking because there is someone outside and they're alerting you. Maybe you didn't hear that someone was coming in. I don't know. So train your dog to do the behavior you want them to do. Redirect the behaviors you don't like them to do. manage these behaviors to reduce the opportunity for your dog to do these bad behaviors. That is what you should focus on if you want to have a good, trustworthy, positive relationship with your dog. If you have a dog that fears you, what's the point to have a dog?
So actually on that topic, this is the last, myth or topic here, but it actually really relates to that misbehaving in some ways. Or that's like behaving in a way that you don't want, right? It's like, is there ever a case, or is this true or not? Dogs misbehave to get back at you, to kind of like revenge for the lack of snacks you didn't give them, or the fact that you slapped them earlier. Do dogs have that sense of like retribution?
It's funny, I was talking about it with a pet parent just yesterday. They are not doing these behaviors because they are angry at you. I always go back to these unmet needs. They do these behaviors for a reason, but it's never because they want to be vengeful, right? You did something to them, therefore they do something to you. No, they do this behavior. There is usually a reason that is, for me, it's a more simple reason. They are not like making a plan in their head to get back at you.
They're not like humans.
They live in the present much more than we do. That's what I learned from them, because I may teach dogs things, but they teach me a lot too. They live in the present. So if you've done something to them, they usually don't hold a grudge.
I see.
If you do something bad to them very often, they will learn that you're not a very good person, that they should avoid you. And they might bite you if you try to hurt them again, because they learn that they need to defend themselves against you. But if you do something to them by mistake, or they are not holding a grudge. They will not feel comfortable at the moment you make the mistake, but then another hour is another hour, another day is another day. Refresh. So they don't get back at you. They don't do bad behaviors to get back at you. They do bad behaviors because there are things that are missing in their lives. Unmet needs, again.
I see.
Most of the time. There can be other reasons, medical issues, traumas, but most of the time, it's these unmet needs that we forget about. There are dogs, they need to do dog stuff. If they can't do dog stuff, they become crazy.
I mean, that's a great way of saying, like, I think we all can live in the moment a bit better, right? So I do think the fact that dogs aren't holding grudges, aren't being vengeful, is probably something humans can also do. But I guess on that topic though, I'm curious, like, okay, let's just say a dog is very well trained. Like you've had this dog since they're a puppy. They always, they don't act out. Their behavior's been very aligned with what you want.
Okay.
Then but then all of a sudden, a random afternoon, they'll do something that they've known never to do or not to do. What are some reasons for that, would you say? Like, because that's like a case where it's like, yes, maybe they're not revenging or being vengeful, but like, why would they, like, are they just like humans if they're having a bad day? Or like, what might be some reasons why that happens?
I mean, if it's a very sudden change of behavior, never happened before, the first thing I usually check is their health.
Medical stuff.
Because if your dog has been very stable most of the time and aligned with what you say, whatever you train them to do, and they are comfortable in the lifestyle that you have, then why would they suddenly change? So either health issue, so get a vet check. Can be pain, can be something you don't see, can be neurological conditions, it can be hormonal imbalances, it can be so many things. So health is a big topic, which I have no good knowledge about because I'm not a vet. But sometimes I have pet parents calling me for behavioral issues, and we start the training. And when we get to talk about the behavior of the dog before, it's an understanding that, so it suddenly appeared. Did you get a vet check? I didn't. We'll get a vet check. Very often, the dog comes back with, there's something wrong. There is a lack of something. Or there is a infection somewhere.
I see.
So vet check if you see any sudden behavioral changes. But it can also be something in the environment that is sudden that happened and they get a reaction to it. So let's say normally you can walk your dog in the street, no problem. And maybe that day there is a big truck that passes by and make a very weird noise that your dog has never heard before. Then okay, you can have a reaction because it's unusual. So your dog will react to unusual things.
What is like? Where would you say the boundary for you, or like the distinction for you for what a vet should be doing and then what a trainer should be doing? Like, because I guess on the of course if they're like, they have a broken leg, I guess that's obviously a vet. But like, are there behavioral things that you said a vet is better to diagnose versus a trainer?
I can't diagnose the health issues. I can just see that if during training there is no progress in behavioral changes, there might be an underlying medical condition.
And it may be neurological as well. Like
exactly.
It's not physical. Okay.
Exactly. So I can't speak for the vet. I can't analyze where is the problem in terms of health. I can only see that if I have a behavioral modification plan and it's not progressing, it can be an underlying condition that is medical. So I will always advise a vet check. And if someone calls me and says sudden change of behavior, I will always also advise do a vet check before we start training. In any case, training is trying to understand why your dog does this and that. So I'm not just going to say, do that, and it's going to get better. We're going to observe the dog. We're going to try to understand why. And we're going to make hypotheses. Basically, we're going to be scientists. We're going to try something, see if it gets better. If it doesn't get better, we're going to try something else.
Yep.
And so on. So trainers and vets work together. It's not like either just the vet or just the trainer. And it can be combined. It can be both. And it's never bad to do a vet check. In any case, if you're in doubt, just go to vet.
Has there ever been a case where you do the family does the vet check, the dog is healthy mostly, and then you have a training plan, and then it just doesn't work. The dog is just doesn't follow it. It's just stubborn. Have you ever given up on a dog?
Here you go, stubborn. Perception, human perception. So again, I bet a lot of people say that my dog is stubborn. Your dog is not stubborn. If they don't do it, there is a reason.
There's a reason. Fair enough.
Not just for the purpose to be stubborn,
Yes, they're not they're not vengeful. They're not stubborn.
Yeah, they're not trying to annoy you. They just either cannot do it or don't want to do it for a reason. Or you have to try to find a reason.
You have to try to find
This is why I'm here actually most of the time is people call me for behavioral issues. They want something to stop, and then I help to understand why is the dog doing this.
Yes.
And I can only understand when I get the family telling me about their lives with their dog. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not because I see a behavior that is seen as wrong, as bad, that I can fix it. Again, what's the emotion behind? What is the dog trying to tell us? I need to dig in the past history sometimes so that I can help them. But going back to your question, did it ever happen? So far, no.
Okay.
But there are progresses that go faster than others.
Gotcha.
Some dogs will learn faster than others, but there are so many reasons why. When I give advice, the parents have to follow the advice. I'm not here every day to make sure that dog is being trained, or that dog, that someone tries to understand the dog and does the right thing. I'm not here every day with that dog. So the parents need to follow the advice in the best way they can and to react in the best way they can. Most of the time the dog behaves a certain way, but they're always influenced by how the parent reacts. For example, dog that bark, so there are many reasons why a dog barks, right? But there is this demand barking. There are a lot of dogs that learn that when they bark, they get what they want. And they learn that because the reaction of the parents is to give them, right? The dog barks, give me the food, give me the treat, give me the toy. And the parent says, okay, here you go. stop barking, here you go. So they kind of stop the barking by giving the dog what they want. But the dog understands that when they bark, it works. So they keep barking more. And if they don't get what they want, they will bark even more. So the reaction of the parent is extremely important. If it's me with the dog, I know, okay, it's the man barking. I'm going to wait for that dog to stop barking and then give them what they want so that they learn the opposite. When I don't bark, I get what I want. So I don't ignore what the dog wants. I know what the dog wants, but I give it at a different time. So your reaction as a parent, your timing, all of this is part of the training process. If you're good at it, your dog will progress much faster. And this is why sometimes when I train dogs, straight away I get a behavior in front of the parents. Sometimes just a few minutes is enough to get one simple behavior. And the parents are, how did you do that? I never got my dog to do that. It's because I was clear in my body language. I was exact in timing. I gave the dog what it needed at the right time. And this is what I try to transmit to the parents because they're going to be alone with their dogs. So I want to transmit them the skill and the knowledge to train their dogs. What to do at that exact time. And that's going to help the dog to learn faster. So, yeah.
Yes, you were saying never give up dog. So it's a lot of investigative work, it sounds like, Ashley. Understanding both the dog as well as the environment the dog is in, as well as the owners and the family. That's super interesting. It's like, it's not just, I guess when I think of dog training, right, it's like, I didn't realize how much investigative work it goes into it, actually. So that's quite interesting. I guess from a owner's perspective, it's like realizing that, it's like their behaviors in the environment that they create, right? It's like you can't just have a trainer can come in for like an hour or two, but they have to maintain that behavior, that behavioral change.
Exactly.
Which is interesting. Which makes sense. Makes total sense.
It does.
You've already debunked the idea, like, different breeds are more aggressive or less aggressive, right? Are there differences in like actual aptitude differences between like different dog breeds? Like, if they're as a dog, right? Like a golden retriever versus a husky versus a Pomeranian. I've heard this. I'll be frank. I've heard this like so they say, "Oh, Pomeranians are dumb," I'm not saying I'm saying that, but I've heard this, So, but it's like I've heard that like certain breeds are smarter, more quicker, more cunning, or is that? Have you seen that, or again, it's just a matter of their environment?
All breeds can learn. I haven't got any breed that was unsuccessful during training. None. French Bulldogs are doing great. Pomeranian are doing great. Poodles are doing great. Chihuahuas are doing great. Huskies are doing great. Shibas are doing great.
They're all capable of it.
They can all do it. They can all do it. Again, different energy needs, different personalities, and you play around that. The reward will be different between dogs. Some dogs prefer toys, some dogs prefer access to environment, some dogs prefer treats. Some dogs like everything. And even between the rewards, you have hierarchy. They prefer this and that. And you have to play with this. If you're a good trainer, you will know your dog by heart. So you will know what's your dog's favorite reward at this moment, in this situation. Because, for example, if you're training inside your living room, the best reinforcement may be a little treat, even maybe a kibble, But if you're in the street, the best reinforcement might be access to that bush over there because it smells nice. Right? So you need to play with that. I'm not going to make any differences between breeds. Sure, technically, some breeds will have more abilities to focus on you for a longer period of time, like shepherds. Shepherds are very good at eye contact and asking, what's going on here? What's going on here? Versus hounds, hunters, that their nose is so powerful that they get distracted very easily by the smells on the floor. So it's gonna be harder to get eye contact from them. If you don't have eye contact, how do you teach something to the dog if you don't have their focus, their attention? So you need to get the attention first. But a Pomeranian or a Chihuahua, you can get great attention from them. So there is no dumb breed ever. I've heard that a lot too. My dog is stupid. If you think your dog is stupid, you missed. You missed the opportunity to show how clever he is. You haven't unleashed the power yet. Give me a call. Truly, I trained pugs, French bulldogs, chihuahuas. They are so clever. It's just because you haven't seen. It's because of your own misconception. You are diminishing, the potential. They can all do it. If you treat, and especially small dogs, if you treat a small dog like a big dog, nothing bad will happen. It's going to be great. That dog is going to have a wonderful life. Yeah. So.
Fair enough. So I have a question on a particular breed, which is I really like Huskies.
Yeah.
And I want to have a Husky eventually. I know that what I understand is that they're kind of more bred and more naturally in like colder environments. So, Saigon is not the coldest environment. So then what are some things to watch out for or think about if someone were hell-bent on getting a Husky? What are some things to think about before raising them in an environment like Southeast Asia?
It's always tough for me to see a Husky in Vietnam. Wow, Huskies, they're from the north, very cold climate. They thrive in snow. They can sleep outside in the snow, minus whatever. They can.
Naturally, no, they can just sleep outside.
They don't need a coat. They don't need nothing. If you shave them, you kill them. Basically.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, it's like
don't do that.
They are made to live in cold weather. So living here is really tough on them. Very tough. You need to have air conditioning in your house. Otherwise, they develop skin disease. It's very tough on them. Malamute as well, Alaskan Malamutes. It's very hard for them to live here. I think it's not fair for them to live here. I understand you may really like a breed for its appearance, for its beauty, but it's not all. You cannot just choose on appearance. Because you're gonna have a dog and you have aircon inside your house and your dog will live a nice life. But it's not gonna be the best life. Don't you want the best for your dog? Don't you want the best also relationship? So for me, choosing a dog just for beauty, it's gonna be frustrating for your dog and for you as well. Because I think a lot of people here, they get a Husky, they haven't really learned well, about Huskies, about their needs. Keep talking about unmet needs, but that's the thing. Today it's the topic, right? So they will end up, a lot of Huskies here, they end up no hair, skin disease.
Oh gosh.
Terrible conditions. And if you talk to shelters, they have been rescuing Huskies that they didn't even know it was
a Husky.
It was a Husky because they had no hair.
They'll lose their hair over time.
It depends on the disease they get. I'm not very good at knowing all the diseases. I'm not a vet.
No.
But ask the vet, what all the type of skin disease they can get, what makes them lose their hair. And again, this climate, very hot, very humid, happiness for all the bacterial and fungus infections. So even for us, we have to be careful.
Fair enough. So think carefully before if that's the decision, because in terms of optimal conditions, it's not, which makes sense, right? They're not naturally in this area of the world.
And right now we're talking just about climate, but again, a Husky has high physical needs. What was their purpose when they were originally bred?
Is this sledding or no?
Yeah, sledding dogs, so pulling sleds, running all day long distances.
Wow.
Yeah. So, can you imagine? All day long. Of course, they get to rest in the middle. But that's them.
Yeah.
High energy needs. They can be very vocal when they don't get what they need.
Yeah.
If you have a Husky all day at home, they'll be howling. And howling is also something very natural for them to do when they pull sleds.
Yeah.
They are usually 5, 10, 20 Huskies pulling one sled. Yeah, so they are together, they have a socialization, special, socialization time, and they bond with each other and they howl together. So yeah, you can get very vocal, lonely huskies in Vietnam and in other countries too. Huh?
Got it. So then that totally makes sense. And I think that's something I'll have to think about very carefully as I think about maybe a different dog would be more optimal.
Or maybe you can move to another country.
And that too, right? Spend time in multiple places.
You can compromise. I mean, that's the thing about getting a dog is maybe you really like one breed, and it's okay. You can like one breed, but you need to do the best for that breed.
Of course, yes.
The best you can afford.
Yeah.
And if you cannot, then maybe choose another breed.
That's right.
But compromise, find the middle ground.
Because it's like if they're not happy, then you're not going to be happy, right?
Exactly.
So it totally makes sense. One thing I think, and maybe this we'll have to wrap up with this last question here, because I know this was a topic that may be of interest for people, would be, again, unmet needs, behavioral issues. I think there's also an age component and a time component to dogs, right? Essentially, maybe when they're younger, they're a bit more rebellious, like a teenager. If they're a bit older, they're a bit more relaxed and more calm. So, how do you balance? Are there certain things that owners should think about when they get a new puppy or a teenager dog versus when they get an older dog? Are there certain tips and tricks that they should think about, or things that they should look out for at the different stages of a dog's life?
Yep, completely. We talk about behavioral issues. Most of the behavioral issues I see come from the needs that are not fulfilled. The dogs become emotional, and that's why you have all these behavioral issues.
Yep.
And the age comes into the equation too.
Okay.
As long with other things, maybe for another podcast, but age is important to consider. Most people, they will adopt a puppy. It's very happy. Puppy are very cute. A puppy is a lot of work. Be ready to spend a lot of time guiding your puppy through what it is to live with a human. So puppies come with all the behaviors that a dog can do. Okay, and we were talking about why dogs do what they do. Well, they are dogs. So they chew, they pee when they want to pee, they sniff everywhere, they lick things, they destroy things sometimes. But they can do it because they are dogs, right? So puppies come with all this. They bark too because they are dogs. So don't be surprised if your dog does all these things. It's normal. They are being dogs. Now, to get more appropriate behaviors, and again, appropriate for us, you just need to teach them, guide them into what behavior you prefer. So you reinforce, we go back to positive reinforcement, you help them see that you're very happy and that's good for them to do these behaviors rather than these ones. So puppies will chew on everything. Give them toys so that they chew on toys rather than your furniture. Puppies will bark to get your attention and get something. Don't give them the attention when they bark. Wait for them to be silent, then give them attention. Puppies will pee in the wrong place for many reasons. One, their bladder, they cannot control their bladder yet. So they just pee because they can't hold it. So help your puppy to go to the right place several times a day.
I see.
To give them the opportunity to eliminate where you want them to eliminate.
So higher touch than like older dogs.
Absolutely.
Like younger dogs, you have to really hold their hand, be more and more involved.
Puppies, you really have to go every step of the way with them. Every interaction you have with them, you have to be mindful of what you're doing. Because whatever you're doing with them, they are learning something.
That's right.
Puppies jump on you. If you pet your puppy when they jump on you, then you're teaching them that it's okay to jump. Wait for your puppy not to jump and then pet. So all these small things. So puppies is a lot of work. I often tell pet parents or people who want to adopt a dog, if you don't have a lot of time and if you get frustrated by small things, don't get a puppy. Adopt an adult dog. because adult dogs, we usually know their personalities. We know what they like, where they are like. You can talk to the shelter and see if they have an adult dog that will match your lifestyle better. The older, the calmer. Mm-hmm. So usually. So if you have a 10-year-old dog, they will be, energetic needs will be reduced, so you don't have to go out as much. You can entertain more at home. But yeah, puppy is a lot of work. And then going back to that teenage phase, if you have a puppy, you're gonna go through that. Teenage period is around, depends on the breeds. The smaller the breed, the earlier it is.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so if you have a small breed around 6-7 months old, if you have a bigger breed, it can start around 1 year old, right? And it can last for a few months, for a year. Okay, let's be honest. Bigger dogs, they can finish the teenage period at 2 years old. So it depends on the size of breed that you get.
Yeah.
But expect the teenage period around 6, 7, 8, 9 months old.
Yep.
And people talk about this because their dog usually doesn't listen as well, rebels a little bit. But that's normal.
Yeah.
Because they have hormonal changes at that time. For the male, testosterones start to be produced. And for the female, estrogen. So hormonal change. We are not very good and very aware as humans about our hormones and how it affects our moods and our behavior, but it is real.
Yeah.
Actually, we have a teenage period as humans.
Certainly.
Yeah. It's exactly the same idea. Puberty, hormonal changes affects behaviors. So in dogs, it's the same. They have the hormonal changes coming out at that time. And they also have their brain that keeps developing. The brain is not totally mature yet. So around that age, the brain will suppress some neuronal connections that are less used, that are weak. So your dog might look a little bit more forgetful because maybe you haven't worked as much on some behaviors and it disappears. But it's okay. It happens. You keep being patient, consistent with your training and your guidance. Be kind. There is nothing you cannot go through with patience and kindness.
Wow.
So,
love it.
Brain development, hormonal changes. Yeah, your dog will change its behavior.
I see.
But it will pass. You just have to keep calm.
Yes.
If you panic, if you get angry, if you punish your dog, you're going the wrong direction because you're creating negative associations. You're creating a relationship that is not based on trust. So, your dog might be a little monster at that time, but deep breath.
No.
Keep calm, keep reinforcing the good behaviors.
And hopefully,
Don't get into conflict with your dog. Understand. My dog is going through hormonal changes. My dog is going through brain development. That is normal. You cannot do anything about what's happening in their body. What you can do is control your actions and help your dog to go through this the best possible. Also, during the teenage period, you have what we call the fear period. It's shorter. It's not as long as the full teenage period. It's usually for a month, 2, sometimes a few weeks. Depends on the dogs. And not all dogs go through it. It's not always obvious. But they also get a little bit more cautious or fearful of things. Suddenly, they might be worried about guests entering your house or something moving in the street. It's also normal. Again, hormonal changes, brain development.
I see.
But keep calm, keep reinforcing. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. I think those were all the questions we want to go over, and I think we're that's kind of it for today. So thanks again, Joe, for coming on to the show and to talk and to share your insights and knowledge. Hopefully that was helpful for a lot of people. It certainly was for me.
There's a lot of learning to do. Every time you want to have a dog, even if you already have a dog and you want to get a new dog, make sure you're have that dog for good reasons. Make sure that you learned about that dog first and that your lifestyle is suitable. But yeah, thank you for having me again on this podcast. I hope that with this podcast, people will learn more about their dogs again and let their dog be dogs.
Why do dogs shake their body after being pet?
The shaking is very interesting because they actually they do that very often. Not only after being pet, sometimes after an interaction that has been a little intense. They like to shake. It's like really shaking off things to reset. So maybe something made them a little bit uncomfortable. They shake it off and then continue. Right? So maybe for that dog that has been pet, it was not a great experience. So yeah, I would worry a little bit if your dog shakes every time you pet them, because it means they're not really enjoying the experience.
I see.
Yeah. But it's okay. It's not a big problem. If they do it every time you pet, look at this a little bit closer.
Right.
If they do it from time to time, fine. If they do it after an interaction with the dog, no problem. Maybe it was a bit intense again, and they need to relax a bit their body. Yeah?
I see. Okay.
It's like a reset.
Reset. Gotcha. I guess they also shake off when they're wet, right? Like, so
exactly.
Like resetting their body there too. Okay.